Commentary on historical perspectives of epistemology. Classical approaches. Epistemology, the study of knowledge, has its roots in ancient philosophical traditions, particularly with thinkers like Plato and Aristotle, whose differing views laid the foundation for later philosophical discourse. Plato's theory of forms. Plato argued that true knowledge is not derived from the sensory world, but from eternal and unchanging forms or ideas. He believed that the material world offers only an imperfect representation of these ideal truths. This reflects a rationalist approach where reason and intellect are considered the primary sources of knowledge. According to Plato, knowledge transcends the physical and perceptual, residing instead in a higher realm of ideal truth. Aristotle's empiricism. In contrast, Aristotle placed emphasis on empirical observation and the importance of sensory experiences as key to gaining knowledge. He argued that knowledge comes from the analysis of the physical world through observation and logical reasoning. This view highlights empiricism, which asserts that knowledge is primarily derived from experience and evidence. The tension between these two philosophical approaches, rationalism, represented by Plato, and empiricism, represented by Aristotle, set the stage for much of the later philosophical debate about how humans come to understand the world. Their differing perspectives structured epistemology's inquiry into the nature and scope of knowledge, which continues to influence modern thought. Modern approaches. In more recent times, epistemology has evolved to reflect new intellectual developments, especially with the influence of linguistics, cognitive science, and social theory. Contemporary thinkers like W.V.O. Quine challenged classical distinctions, particularly the demarcation between analytic, self-evident truths, and synthetic knowledge, truths derived from experience. Linguistics and cognitive science, modern epistemologists consider how language and cognitive processes shape our understanding of knowledge. Cognitive science has introduced insights into how the brain processes information, while linguistics has revealed how language structures our perception of reality. This has led to a more nuanced understanding of how humans form knowledge based on internal cognitive frameworks and external social interactions. Social dimensions of knowledge. Contemporary philosophers also emphasize the social context of knowledge acquisition. Knowledge is no longer viewed solely as an individual pursuit, but as something shaped by social norms, cultural practices, and collective paradigms. This is reflected in modern discussions of epistemological relativism, which suggests that knowledge is context-dependent, varying significantly across cultures and intellectual frameworks. Different societies may have distinct ways of understanding and justifying knowledge, leading to an appreciation of knowledge as multifaceted and dynamic. The dichotomy between rationalism and empiricism. The historical divide between rationalism and empiricism remains a central theme in modern philosophical inquiry. Rationalists argue that knowledge can be acquired independently of experience through reason alone, while empiricists maintain that experience is the foundation of all knowledge. Both approaches have been challenged and redefined in the context of modern intellectual developments, as philosophers seek to integrate these views or transcend the dichotomy altogether. In conclusion, the study of knowledge has evolved from the classical debates of Plato and Aristotle to modern inquiries into the social, linguistic, and cognitive aspects of knowing. The dialogue between these perspectives continues to shape the philosophical landscape, influencing how we understand and engage with the concept of knowledge today.